I can see.
Well,
I can see very well.
You are short. You want me to let some air out of my chair?
Oh no, it's the wrong glasses. Wait a minute.
What are you doing?
Well, okay.
You know we're live here. This is not Memorex.
This is Memorex.
Oh, okay. So, last night we were watching trying to watch the RNC convention. Okay. Now, it looked to me like, before I even start, it looked to me like Trump was in a bit of pain over with that ear thing.
Yeah,
but that's neither.
Doing his head a little bit on the side, which makes sense.
Neither here nor there. What I noticed last night from the clips and things that I was watching, because I don't have a TV. I refuse anymore. And I don't pay attention to the mainstream media anymore because they're nasty. They're literally nasty people, and nothing they say is true. I saw them walking around, sashaying around the floor, trying to interview people, and all they were after was sensationalism, okay? Then I tried to watch the convention on, I refuse to watch the mainstream media because everything they say is a lie, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, they're horrible. All they do is they have the same agenda that the DNC has. It's based in hate and racism, all right? And it's just, if you think I'm fibbing on that, no. Go look at the DNC's charter. It's on the internet for anyone to see. And it's strictly it's a platform of hate and racism. It is. And then look at what the RNC says. Now, I don't know if they're going to actually do this or not, but we'll see, right? But anyway, I was trying to watch it on Newsmax, right? Guys, I don't want to sit there and listen to three people that I don't care about talk back and forth.
Yeah, I don't want to hear their opinion. I'm not interested.
I don't care. I mean, they weren't showing the crowd. They weren't doing nothing. They're just standing there doing the same thing the mainstream media does, saying things that are just strictly their opinion and don't matter to anybody. If you want the news, you have to listen to what people are saying. Finally, I think it was Forbes. Mm-hmm. Finally, I found Forbes, and thank God, no commentators. They were just showing the cameras.
That's all I need.
The people on stage, we actually got to hear what people were saying. Now, unfortunately, I'm an old fella, so at 9 o'clock, I'm done watching TV. I don't know if I watched the whole thing. No, I didn't, because I missed that Governor Nordum. There was a Catholic priest there. He really did a great Donald Trump imitation. Yeah, and he had the voice down and everything. All right, but day one was pretty cool. It is absolutely just such a difference in these two platforms, right? When you hear the DNC talking, it's all about being a victim and all of this stuff, right? It's like there's nothing there for the average American, in my opinion. There's no hope, all right? And at least the RNC is putting hope. Okay, now this J.D. Vance, don't know nothing about him. His wife was kind of cute. She looked very pleased with him. All I know is he went to Ohio State University and Yale Law School and graduated cum laude. I think they said from both.
Yeah. I think so. I don't
All right,
remember.
so that shows he's reasonably intelligent versus Kamala Harris. Let me tell you, they're supposed to debate. I read that a while ago.
I'm watching. Well, I don't know because I know what's going to happen. She's going to be humiliated, and it's just kind of sad.
It's sad, yeah.
It's just an opportunity to sin and laugh at someone's pain.
But here's what we need: two parties. We really do. And this is just my opinion. My wife totally disagrees with me. But I think that the DNC needs a platform change. And I think they're starting to. The White House has stopped throwing the hate speech out. and they've taken a whole bunch of hate ads down. All right. I think they need another candidate, and no one is going to beat Donald Trump. But if the DNC can do anything, they need to have a convention. I heard they were talking about doing it online, which would be a travesty. But they need a platform change. Your message can't be racism and hate.
No.
All right? And that's just my opinion. My wife disagrees with me. She thinks they're not going to change their platform. They're going to move this old coot out there and sacrifice him, which is a shame. But here's the whole thing. It's like they had Charlie Kirk talking, okay, with Turning Point USA. But if you've ever watched any of his videos, you see it. Just a difference of opinion on a college campus will get these kids ready to fight. Yeah. All right? And we saw this on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Now, from what I see, he looked like a nice kid. He was misguided and confused.
Yes.
And this is what the Democrats do to our youth. Our education system is FUBAR. For any of you people that don't know what FUBAR is, yeah, go ask your grandpa. He'll know what it is.
Or watch that movie, Tango and Cash.
Oh, yeah.
The fight scene in the prison.
Yeah, there you go.
I like that movie.
Aha.
It was fun.
But
I tell you what, though, okay? I'm not much politics. It seems to be the name of the game these days because of all the craziness that's going on. The media, that's all you get put in front of you these days. But I tell you what, it was nice to watch a group of people
be happy to be Americans.
To be an American, to be
great.
In this country, to put forth their best contenders, so to speak. It was just nice.
And they're nurturing the youth in the party. You don't get that from the DNC. It's just a bunch of old coders coming out on the stage.
It was nice to watch all of that. You get to, they're excited. Well, dang, I'll be excited with them. And it was kind of nice to watch that. Yeah. Watch people that are happy to be in this country.
Happy to be in this country.
That understand.
Proud to be Americans. Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Wanting the best for the average American.
Yeah. Let me tell you, as an immigrant of another country, I've been to other countries. I lived in another country.
You're an immigrant? Yeah. How'd I miss that?
You're not going to get much better than this country, guys. I mean, I'm sure there's other better ones, but once you put every other country under the lens of all the things that we have, all the freedoms that we have in this country, you're not gonna find much better. Okay, and so that was nice. That was lovely to watch. And I'll tell you what, the other thing that I think it's really, really refreshing to see is the unabashed, unashamed calling out of the Lord Jesus Christ.
That was great. God. Everybody, yep.
I love that.
As a Christian, it touched my heart. Yep.
Whether it is lip service or not, it doesn't matter.
At least they're saying it.
They're talking about Jesus, and they're talking about God, and I like that, okay? And I tell you what, and the Bible tells you it itself. It doesn't matter whether they come, Paul said, it doesn't matter if they do it out of envy, out of the wrong motives. They're proclaiming Jesus. That's okay. Right.
Yeah.
That's okay,
But it's sad right now. I mean, I've been hoping for this all my life. I have. I've been dreaming about watching the Democratic Party fall apart. And now that it's happening, it's sad. They're out of touch with America. And look, it's just this whole diversity, right? And equity and inclusion. No. You watch the Secret Service, okay? You watch them with this whole Trump assassination attempt, all right? You saw those 3 women there. Are you telling me that any one of those women passed the physical at the Secret Service training camp? There's absolutely no way. That one woman pulled a firearm. She couldn't even put it back in the holster.
Here's an interesting part. I watched a little bit of Ali Vetstakin yesterday, and what she said was, it's key to everything. you're going to tell me that I don't care how much training we are she's positive and supportive of every field that a woman wants to go into, and so am I. But you're going to tell me that a 140, 150 pound woman is going to be able to lift a 240-pound man. Okay? No. I don't care how much training you do. A dead weight is dead weight. And if you had to maneuver the president by yourself as a woman, could you do it? And so please, you know,
We had an obstacle course when I was in the service, right? I'm dating myself. But part of the obstacle course was you had to pick your battle buddy up and carry him, I think it was 50 yards. You had to literally throw him on your shoulder, and you had to run 50 yards with your battle buddy on your shoulder. And that was part of the obstacle course. If you couldn't do that, you failed. I mean, I just don't see those three women that were there being of much good for anything. Matter of fact, the one woman, there's some great pictures of her actually hiding behind the man that just got shot. I'm like, what?
it's and here's the thing, okay? This denotes not only the fact that they are not that this is for not because they're women.
No.
What I'm gonna say is because they were not trained properly.
Out of shape, not trained.
They panicked.
They did.
They panicked. You need to have your cool head on in this kind of situations because you've been trained to know that this kind of thing could happen. And whether it was a man or a woman, we would be saying the same thing. You're not trained for this because you panicked.
Right.
Okay? And they lost their cool. You could tell these girls were freaked.
I saw watching these videos that sniper, right? I saw that man. The Secret Service or the police, whoever the riflemen were on the roof, I counted 42 seconds. Someone else said 32 seconds. He had that guy in his sights and he didn't pull the trigger. I saw the videos of the people taken on their own cell phones. You could see that dude climbing the roof, crawling across the roof. They're all sitting there shouting, he has a gun, he's got a gun. And the police did nothing. Now, this is the kind of stuff that starts, what they call them, conspiracy theories. I would like to hope in my heart, I really, really would like to hope in my heart that this was all a misunderstanding. And but then again, you hear that Trump had asked several times for more Secret Service, and Mayorkas denied it, right? He denied Kennedy's Secret Service, even though Kennedy's dad and his uncle were assassinated. All right. In a certain way, the White House, going right up to Mayorkas, was complicit in this.
Yeah.
All right? You can't put politics over being safe. This kind of violence does not belong in politics.
I agree. And,
yeah.
it's just, we'll just need to move forward now and see.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what happened is they've created an idol, unfortunately. What I want to caution everybody, okay? Donald Trump is still just a human being.
Yes.
Okay? Flawed and with the capability to make mistakes. And, like all of us.
The one thing that
don't make him those pictures where he...
Yeah.
Like he walks on water because he doesn't.
Look, yeah, he doesn't. Look, the one thing that I found extremely disheartening, and it hurt my soul, it really did, was you listen to these far left nut jobs online, and they were like, let's pray for the next shooter so he doesn't miss. How disgusting can the left be? You're actually wanting a man to die because you are so childish you don't want to lose an election. It's just an election, people. All right? We all know that it no matter who wins this election, you still have to deal with Congress and the Senate and a crooked Department of Justice.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But Yeah, the things that I heard coming from the left, my God.
The guy, Destiny, I guess is his name. The things he said on his Twitter. I tell you, made me glad that I'm not on Twitter anymore. Or X.
Oh yeah,
because some of the
my daughter saw this stuff.
Yeah, she was like, because she gets to have a
and look,
social media account for certain things. But
I really don't want to call people out really by name, but I'm going to call Jack Black out. Okay, I really am. Evidently, he's a singer. Go figure. I didn't know this, but he's on a music tour. And he said something about it I didn't quite catch in the clip. But one of his singers in this group, he said, let's pray for the next guy not to miss. Right? Now, Jack Black has canceled the rest of his if what I read is true, he's canceled the rest of them and that. But let me tell you something. That dude would not have said that on that stage, in my opinion, if Jack Black did not agree with it. I don't think that's an unreasonable jump. And if that's true, I think everybody should boycott this Jack Black fella, because that's an un-American, absolutely an un-American stance, and it's filth. You're out there condoling violence, all right? This is no different than like the Black Lives Matter. Y'all circled your wagons and you supported terrorism. It's, no, this day and age and this violence like that has to stop, all right?
This is they called and said, oh, it's like the rhetoric of Donald Trump. No. You watch, you've seen it, you've heard the people on the other side speak evil. Now, somebody made a point.
Both sides speak evil, but not to the same extent.
This guy, it's a Christian YouTube channel called What Do You Mean, right? And he was talking about the people on Twitter were making the point that we made fun when Nancy Pelosi's husband was bludgeoned with a hammer.
That was horrible too.
And it was, and you know what? I think we might have been a little guilty ourselves.
We might have,
of being a little less than compassionate for the pain and suffering of another human being. But two wrongs don't make a right. And well, I think for us is learning as we go along. Say, oh, you know what? That wasn't you. He's right. That wasn't right, and this is not right either.
For me, it's like I take this all back to our education system. We've lost control of the schools, and we're producing mentally unstable kids, mean kids, kids that are. If you mention a different opinion, they will get violent. And it's just an opinion, all right? And I'm tired of the media outright lying to us and not reporting the story. I think with the Nancy Pelosi thing, we all know that the media was complicit in some sort of a cover-up on that. The story did not add up. All right, so people get frustrated with that, right?
Yeah, I know, and we never got resolution. There was a very, very. If you watch the little clips and stuff, there was a very indication that there's something else was happening that we are not told. It wasn't just a break-in, okay? Having said all of that, right? The guy did get hurt, and
I prayed for
our
him.
side was less than compassionate about him. But it's a learning opportunity for everybody. No one is perfect. And so as you know, as we move forward, there in all sides there's the people that think this is funny as heck, that you know, pray for the next shooter kind of thing. And there are the people probably in the same camp that think like that's not okay.
It's not.
And you know, like I said, I've known at least one person who, when she watched all of this, she went like, oh, wait a minute, you know, and changed her mind about Donald Trump. And I think that happened a lot, probably in this last few days.
Despite what you think about Donald Trump, okay? I don't care what you think about Donald Trump. All right? Despite what you think about Joe Biden, I don't care. All right? But when you look at at the two candidates, all right? When you saw Donald Trump after he was shot, okay? Now, some people talk nonsense about a piece of glass. It doesn't matter. It was an assassination attempt. What was his first response? He jumped up and yelled, "Fight, fight, fight," right? He's fighting for America, all right? Whether you want to agree with that or not. But Joe Biden is not fighting for anything but to stay in power. And you can surely tell that because if he cared for the country, all right, this man can't stay up past 4 o'clock. I mean, he works from like 8 to 4 and he has to go to bed. All right. I'm like, this man is not running the country. That means his cabinet is running the country. They are not elected officials. That's why the White House statements are all over the place, right? Each one of these guys is operating his own little piece of the pie separately.
Yeah.
And that's treason, okay? If Joe Biden cared about America, he would step down, and unfortunately, what you got is a DEI hire, in my opinion, Kamala Harris, but at least she's coherent.
Yeah, at least
all
she's
right?
awake.
But yeah, this man should step down as quickly as possible, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, but
right, and it's just that.
It's our opinion.
Yeah,
which is what everybody has. Ultimately, there are the facts and people's opinions. And
I tell you right now, what my wife would tell me, she's like, "Honey, it's time to go home." Right?
Yeah, I would have never let you be humiliated like that in public. But he's married to a different woman.
Yes.
So I don't know. But look, we just need to move forward.
But if you're a Democrat out there, I encourage you to watch, the RNC. Just like if you're a Republican, if they're going to have a DNC rally, I don't know if they are or not. They were talking something about doing it online. I encourage you to watch that too. The whole problem here is I'm team red, I'm team blue, and no one wants to actually listen to the other side.
Yeah. And you can't, and there's only, it's not the team that you're on, it's just, you have to be on the
You can't make a decision unless you hear both sides of the story. That's why I really hate our education system, because you're raising kids that don't want to listen to the other side.
And that's the danger we all have. I mean, like I read study a lot of theology and stuff like that. And one thing that I try to be conscientious of is the fact that try not to read just the stuff that agrees with your point of view.
Yeah.
You have to really be able to challenge yourself and go out of your comfort zone, whether it is on one study or another, whatever it is, a Democrat, Republican, go out there and actually read what they have to say, understand it, and go like, well, do they have a point? Is there something there that I should be aware of? And that's it. And that is what the problem is, though. Because the algorithms on the YouTubes, on the Googles, on all the things, the algorithm is designed to feed you what you want to see.
Absolutely.
Not what is a dissenting opinion. And so you have to go search it out,
But, anyway, this was just, we thought we were going to do it short. Guess it didn't work.
Never is.
Yeah, this is just our opinion. But I will bring it all back to God, all right? We definitely need to bring God back into the government. We need to bring God back into schools, okay? There's right and there is wrong, all right? It's not just how you feel and your truth. Oprah Winfrey, that was the nastiest thing I ever heard come out of your mouth, all right? The time for special privileges is gone. It's like John F. Kennedy said, okay, and I'm going to bring it back to a democratic, right? Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Are you dead weight? Are you looking for a handout? Then get a job and start contributing to the country.
Yep, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That's my firm opinion. And look, we've gone through tough times. There was a time when we actually needed some food stamps.
Yes.
I had lost a job. I had 4 kids at the house. We were suffering. But you know what? We pulled ourselves back up.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
did.
You keep going. You keep moving forward.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
But anyway, God bless people.
God bless. Hang in there.
All right. So,
Bye-bye.
are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
Now you can turn it off.
Okay, this
Bye-bye.
button here. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye, people.